Well, Vegas certainly had its moments. What's going on, guys? This is Preston here, and this is the South Point 400 NASCAR Cup Series playoff race review. And wow, Vegas had some gambling moments indeed. And put all your chips in the table, Joey Logano ends up winning this. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, congratulations to Joey Logano for winning this race. He's now in the championship four. Like the even numbered year. Joey Logano every other year has been in the championship four. Every other year. In fact, he's won this exact race 2 years ago, and look what happened. He won the championship. So there is a possibility that we could see Joey Logano becoming a three-time champion. If it wasn't Alex Bowman getting DQ'd if it wasn't for Alex Bowman getting DQ'd after the Roval, this Logano being in the championship four wouldn't even happen. So, man, but one driver I feel really bad for is Christopher Bell. He dominated this race. He dominated. And in the final stage, he either had to determine to stay out or pit to get tires. And ultimately, Christopher Bell's team ultimately decided to pit for tires. And that just Christopher Bell should have won this race if you ask me personally, but oh my gosh. Feel bad for the guy. Like he dominated and just came up so short. Just like last year he came up so short. So man, so stage one was won by Tyler Reddick. And then recap of the race. Christopher Bell, he did win the pole. He dominated this race completely, like I said. And then in stage one, the only thing that happened was, of course, green flag pit stops halfway through stage one, and then Austin Dillon and Daniel Hemrick, they got together, and Austin Dillon, I could you not, took a hard hit in the turn three wall. So I'm glad he's okay. That was a very big crash, very big hit. So, and then Reddick won stage one. And speaking of Tyler Reddick, oh my gosh, he flipped down the front stretch. So apparently Tyler Reddick went on the outside to go three wide, and then hit the wall collecting Chase Elliott. Brad Keselowski was involved, and Tyler Reddick, he just flipped over, got a bad bounce, and just flipped over on the infield grass there. So, man, what a ride for Tyler Reddick. And then also involved was Ryan Blaney trying to avoid Keselowski, and Blaney ended up getting a broken toe link and ending his race. So, yeah, and then stage two was won by Christopher Bell. And then stage three, um, are those really the only two incidents for cautions? I believe they are, if you ask. Oh, Ty Gibbs, he spun out too in stage three. So after that, that final restart happened, and ultimately, strategy came into play. You either had to stay out and save fuel, or come to pit road and get tires. And that's what Christopher Bell's strategy was, and ultimately, it did not work out in the very end. So Joey Logano ends up staying out and ends up getting the win. This is his third win of the season. He's now in the championship four after all of this. So, oh man, guys, if you guys know me, I'm Joey Logano. He's the guy that I root against for. I don't like Joey Logano as a race car driver, but there are some things I like about the guy. For example, when he's out of the race car, when he's like talking on an interview or something, seems pretty likable. Like especially when he's doing like I don't know, Xfinity broadcasts or something like that. Like just outside of the car is a likable guy. But when he gets in the car, when he puts the helmet on, it just didn't, just not really, just nah. So yeah, but congratulations to Joey Logano. We're looking at Logano potentially going to be a three-time champion. So as much as I don't want to see that happening, it could happen. So yeah, now we gotta talk about some of the playoff drivers that had eventful days, because a lot of playoff drivers did have eventful races. So yeah, let's go ahead and tell you guys, talk to you guys about some of the results. I'm just going to tell you guys from what I've seen. Logano obviously won the race. Christopher Bell finished second. Dominated this race. So close for Christopher Bell. I mean, so close, so close. So yeah, Daniel Swerve, he was also on that strategy. He led about the final majority of the final laps of stage three. Finishes third. William Byron was my pick to win this race. He ends up finishing 4th. Alex Bowman, dude. Shout out to Alex Bowman. I know this week for Alex Bowman has been very, very hard for him, and him being DQ, with this car being DQ'd and him being out of the round of 8. But dang, man, this final 10 races for him have just been absolutely phenomenal for Alex Bowman. So, man, Martin Truex Jr. He was in the top 10 all race long. So yeah. And then we got Denny Hamlin. I gotta talk about Denny Hamlin again, my favorite driver, because this was not a good race for Denny Hamlin at all. Like, even though we got a top 10 finish, great, we ended up getting a top 10, but this was not a good race from the get-go. This was not. Like, I don't know what the problem is over there with the team. It's bad execution when it comes to pit road. So, and ultimately not having a good enough, fast enough car and not getting any stage points. So, and now with him being like minus 27 points out, I am I I don't know what to say for Denny Hamlin at this point, for the team at this point, because my hope for him making it to the championship four with Logano winning it, completely blowing up the playoff grid, is just, it's almost out the window. I hate to break it to you, but my hope for Denny Hamlin making it to championship four, these next 2 races are almost out the window. Like, we got Homestead and Martinsville, so it's not completely over. But with the way things are going, if this is how things are going to be like for Hamlin next week, it's just not going to be the case. So I got to talk about that. Kyle Larson had an up and down day. He had a fast car. It's just things kept happening. Like, he had some sort of like, I don't know, was it like debris that got in his car, got in the bumper, and just didn't have the result. But Larson did had a good car, just bad things kept happening. Um, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, those three, like 5 of the 3 drivers that were playoff drivers had issues in this race. So yeah, Blaney 32nd, Chase Elliott 33rd, Austin Cindric, Keselowski, they were involved in that accident with Reddick's flip, and then Austin Dillon, he ends up finishing last after a hard hit in the outside wall early in stage 1. But Carson Hocevar, shout out to Haley and Carson Hocevar, the 2 Spire cars. Were at front inside the top 10 at some point in this race, especially in stage 3 with Justin Haley. So gotta give my props to them. So yeah, how did Corey LaJoy end up finishing 14th? Wow. And yeah, Bubba Wallace, he did finish 12th. 12th. So yeah, Nemechek 9th. Nemechek, I know he was on that strategy as well. But yeah, but in the end, Joey Logano ends up getting this job done, guys. So the racing was really good, especially on these 1.5-mile tracks. So yeah, if I have to rate this race, I would give this race a solid 7 out of 10 for this one. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the playoff standings. Here is the updated playoff grid. Joey Logano, he's now in. He's locked into the championship for Christopher Bell. Should have won this race, man. Should have won, but it is what it is. Kyle Larson, he's plus 35 points to the cut line. And William Byron plus 27. Those are all comfortable cushions, if you ask me. Not really all that comfortable. Just a good cushion. Just a good cushion. Now we got Denny Hamlin minus 27. I mean, it's not over. Like I said, it's not over for Denny Hamlin or any of these guys below. It's not over. Nothing's guaranteed yet, but I don't like the momentum. I don't like the momentum for Denny Hamlin. And honestly, we are lucky to even get a top 10 finish. We are lucky to even get a top 10 finish. So, yeah, and Tyler Reddick, he's now minus 30 below the cut line. Golly, Reddick's playoffs have been absolutely atrocious. Like, these playoffs for Tyler Reddick have not been that good. Like, oh my goodness. And that flip continues to add more fuel to the fire. So, yeah. Ryan Blaney, minus 47. If you ask me, Blaney and Chase Elliott, they're in must-win territory at this point. Like, they're in must-win territory if minus 47, minus 53. It's a must-win situation for those two. If they don't win either in these next 2 races, I think that their chances are done. Like, so, yeah. Denny Hamlin, I can't say that for Hamlin and Reddick, but for Blaney and Elliott, must win, if you ask me. Must-win situations. And it's looking good for Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, and William Byron. So, yeah, guys, that's the point playoff standings after Las Vegas. Joey Logano is officially in the championship for. Oh my goodness, guys. So, yeah, guys, what do you guys think about this Las Vegas South Point 400 race? Man, it had a lot of drama. Man. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.